Hey guys, it's your girl Leslie, and welcome to my channel. So hey guys, it's been a little bit, and I know I look like a mess, but listen the freak up. First of all, do you guys know, like, if you're Hispanic or you're like a full-on color person, you should know these, because I know, like, almost everywhere where you live, your parents find always a way to find a good but really cheap store that can get good stuff, or, kind of like a gig type of thing, Most parents, most Hispanic and other parents, colored parents do it. Some paler friends do it as well, but I'm going to put it right here because my mom knows almost everything about it. She went to it today, and she got me a ring light. Even though I already do have a second one. This is my second ring light that I've gotten. This is my first ring light I've gotten for Christmas. And the ring light I'm currently using is a bigger ring light, and it doesn't have this measly cord. It only has a cord to like direct power. But I still want to use this one, of course. But this one, I just want to show it to you guys. Like, let's check it out. So first things first, it came like this. Look at this ring light, yo. It has the things down here to where it can on and off button, add light, switch it up. It has different types of ring. It's basically the same as my other one. Let me know if you saw those. There's just more to it. Then, the only bad part about it was I didn't bring a cord, but I got a cord for myself. But it's basically attached with this little thing right here. Flash, please. With this right thing. This came with this that we had a while ago. And as you know, we keep cords and we store them. So I decided to try this cord out, because the other one with the USB thing and then you just plug it in like a phone charger don't work. So I tried this one, and it connected like right here, and it worked like perfect, like brand new. Nothing is broken and everything's pretty easy to use. I believe this is UB's something that you can get on Amazon. And guess how much I got this for from my mom. I'll let you guess in the comments. It was $5. Yes, the whole ring light with everything except the cord was for $5. Sadly, whenever you go to those stores, sometimes people want to be jerks and take out the stuff and not put it back, which is not, that's annoying. People don't do that. Be nice, be courageous, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, of course you gotta disinfect it and make sure your stuff is clean whenever you bring it home, so no corona is on it. Yeah, yada yada. Ahora tú puedes ir, mami, ven aquí. Okay, espérate, déjame quitarme esto. Girl! Ma, ven aquí, está preparada toda para ti, está on.
¿Está on?
Sí.
Yo no veo que esté on.
Look, it's on. Hey guys, this is my mother. She's on here.
Hi. I'm watching.
No, be nice.
I'm nice, I'm nice. I think somebody say something about
No.
No, okay, no, I'm nice.
Mommy, no.
I hear somebody say something about it.
No, these are nice subscribers. These are nice.
I'm nice. I'm
apologize.
Fuck apologize.
No, excuse me?
No.
Oh my God. Oh no, be nice. Be nice.
I'm nice. Right, mommy?
Girl.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Shoot. Shoot! Dang girl. Caused me to pop out a little bit. So anyways, today we are going to be going right back to please Carnage X Reader. Yay! I haven't done them in a little bit, and it's time to add a new chapter to my YouTube history. That's why I feel so bad for you guys. Anyways, enjoy. There might or might not be announcements. It really depends. And, yeah, enjoy. So we are officially here now. Oh my goodness. And I'll tell you right now, this is going to be quite long. Well, it's actually, to me, it looks a little bit shorter than the first one. The first one I feel like was way longer. But anyways, let's continue this with a little shines and a little bit of sparkles. Chapter 2, Some Demons Follow You Home. Oh, ooh. Carnage landed on a rooftop, far from where they had once encountered Venom. They glanced around quickly before swinging onto an apartment window just below them. They were well aware that it would be empty. They had made sure that a couple of nights earlier, using a very murderous tactic to do so. The Simonite form came undone, wide jaws flopping open and disappearing into the body of a man whose red, unkempt hair fell freely onto his face. The rest of the Simonite formed herself into clothes, clinging tightly to her host. A small silver chain was wrapped around one of his index fingers, circling around to the base of his finger. He opened the palm of his hand, revealing the cross necklace that he had been fastly holding onto. A smile crept across his face, and he let a finger trail over the surface of the object. He admired the bumps and grooves and just how imperfect it was to the touch. He chuckled to himself and felt red sliver above his collar, softly hissing as she rose up from his skin. You need love to quench your hunger, Red? Well, I'll be sure to get you some, he told her. The small head the Simonite formed, growling softly. There wasn't any hostility behind it, just a simple way of her communicating that she heard him loud and clear. He scratched at the head, hovering beside him. The creature leaned into his touch with a needy purr. Be swift, Cletus Cassidy. I hate this hunger, she snarled. Yeah, so do I, Red, Cletus replied. So do I. He held the cross up to the demon. Can you track this? He asked, Red crackling her fangs open to take in the scent. Yes, I can. She has a unique scent. I can find her before sunrise. Give me a moment and we will go. Wyan winced as she gently trailed her fingers across the bite mark on her collar. It still had stung from Carnage burying their fangs into it. Dried blood still clung to the area around the wound. I'm never staying out after dark ever again. She went to the washroom, grabbing a washcloth and running it under cool water. She gently wiped off the blood, biting her lip at the sickening feeling. This will leave one nasty scar, even if it heals over without causing more damage, like an infection or something. She searched the medicine cabinet quickly and found some hydrogen peroxide hidden away in the back. Simply touching the disinfectant to her skin caused it to burst into bubbles, which made her gashes burn with pain. Damn, that thing has a deadly bite, she muttered, glancing at herself in the mirror. She still had red markings trailing down to the side of her neck. Deadly claws, too, but luckily that other thing, alien, monster or whatever interrupted before they could actually tear me apart. She spoke to herself, turning and stumbling slightly through the apartment and into her bedroom. The doors were... The floors were honestly a bit of a mess, so avoiding the clutter of her possessions always consisted with a small bit of stumbling. She grabbed some, your favorite colored pajamas, people, quickly changing into them. They didn't cover the bite mark, and she was left hoping that someone she owned could. Owned could. There we go. That something she owned could. She sat herself down on her bed, checking her phone, which was plugged into the wall beside the bedside table. 0 messages. She wasn't surprised at that. She had a few friends, but they didn't message her too often. She contemplated telling them what had happened, but decided against it. They would go crazy, and she would rather not be spammed with worried messages. Instead, she put her phone back down, taking a deep breath before releasing it. She was glad tomorrow was the weekend because she wasn't too sure if she wasn't going to get all that much sleep with today's events. And the more time to try and sleep, the better. She flopped back against the bed. Her hair color, whatever, brown. Her brown hair dropping onto her face. She didn't bother moving it away. Just grabbed the blanket and pulled it up over herself, closing her eyes. She stayed there for a long while, basking in the silence. It took her maybe half an hour before she actually managed to fall asleep. She was far too deep into her sleep when a red-clawed hand crept under and wrapped around her window, talons tapping against it like branches swatting the glass. The hand moved more, slowly prying the window open. A red and black body remained crouched on the windowsill. YN. Don't you know better than to leave your window unlocked? They sighed quietly. Then they paused, glancing back to realize they were on the 4th floor. If your window has a lock, anyway. They dropped down inside the apartment, the Semonite coating retracting back into his clothes. He watched the sleeping girl for a long time before speaking to his other softly. Is this working? Am I falling for her? He asked, still staring at Ryan with great focus. He felt Red give him a mental equivalent of an eye roll. Even I know that's not how love works, she snapped inside his head. Well, I don't know. I've only ever had one crush in my entire life, and I accidentally killed her. He whispered, yelled right back. Whatever. That's fine. If she loves me, maybe I'll just start loving her back. You're an idiot, Cletus Cassidy. Red sighed. Don't you pretend you know how love works. You're just as clueless as me, Cletus complained in return, grabbing a small red box from his pocket, aka his Semonite's grip. A gift. I'm a true romantic. Ryan shifted in her sleep, and Cletus kept quiet as she did so. He eyed her for a minute, noting the faint markings that he had created on her collarbone. Now you're just a creep, watching a girl sleep, Red pointed out, Cletus mentally cursing in response while he walked over to the bedside table. He put the box down there. Well, sweet thing, I'll see you tomorrow. Wish I loved you, but apparently that's not that easy. Cletus spoke as he headed for the window. He slipped out and into the cool night air. He glanced at her one last time before his Semonite coated him again and they disappeared to go find a meal and somewhere to sleep. Warren was left sleeping peacefully, unaware who had been standing in her room for a moment earlier. She didn't even suspect Carnage knew where she lived. So tomorrow would be quite a surprise. Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! This is getting more and more interesting the more I actually read it. Because I usually, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I do scan through stories. So I don't read exactly every single second of the sentence like I do with you guys. I just like to scan through it, like just look up and down, then maybe read some important details to me, then scan through it again. Yeah, it's a scan up and down thing. But honestly, now reading it more one at a time, it gets more interesting and nice. You know what I'm saying? I love it, man. Ooh. And this is only 9 minutes? Oh my goodness. Let's go read the second chapter, the third chapter. I'm excited. Okay, guys, we are officially here. I decided to read chapter 3 because I knew the video. I know you guys at least want to get like a nice fulfilling story. And I was like, you know what? Might not read chapter 1, like 2 and 3 together because 2 is pretty gosh darn short. But I think 3 is gonna kind of sign the ticket away where it's gonna be quite long. Oh gosh. Let's try and quickly but easily read through this with a nice and easy rhythm. Chapter 3, Sign Your Life Away from Me. Wine woke up to a cool breeze blowing over her. She shivered and pulled the blanket closer over herself, hoping to ignore it and fly off the chill. Another gust blew in and she picked an eye open. The window was left open, and she blinked in confusion. She was almost certain that she had never opened that window yesterday, but she didn't think much of it at all. She just pulled herself up off the bed, keeping the blanket wrapped comfortably around herself as she walked towards the source of why she was so cold. She let out a yawn as she closed the window. A zap of pain from her collarbone reminded her that it was probably best not to move around too much and accidentally open the wound again. She swore the temperature began to rise the second she stopped the breeze. She turned back to her bed, preparing to sleep in before actually waking up. However, her eyes fell upon a red box on her bedside table. She was almost certain that wasn't there before. She slowly picked it up, seeing a small piece of paper sticking out from the corner of the box. She tugged the small paper out and found it was folded. She unfolded it and read out loud what it said. My dear YN, I believe this belongs to you, sweetie. From, you'll know when you open this. So she hesitantly opened the box a little, creeped out by the message. She gasped and lifted up the cross necklace she had lost while in her struggle against Carnage. She whispered, eyes widening as she looked at the box. Carnage knows where I live. Oh, I'm so dead. She clung to the necklace and took in a shaky breath. For what godforsaken reason had Carnage decided to bring the object back to her? Perhaps they planned on toying with their prey until they decide to finish her off. Or maybe they really love the taste of fear in their victims. She should have known that once Carnage picks a target, they'll not stop at nothing to make sure they die by their claws. No way she could have gone back to living her life. The evidence of that was embedded in her skin with the use of a black needle sharp teeth. What? She clipped the necklace around her neck and felt herself starting to swell up with unwanted emotions. Come on, YN. You're stronger than this. You can't let yourself cry over this. That's what that evil demon... Sorry, let me try that again. That's what this devil wants from you, she whined, biting her lip and holding herself. Despite words, tears ran down her face. She covered her mouth to silence the sobs that took over her body. This is not what I wanted from you. She isn't supposed to cry. Why is she crying? Carnage yelled to themselves, tendrils lashing in frustration. They clung to the wall of another building, peering in Wyan's window. They could see her wiping the tears away from where they were. They let out a loud puff of air. I even drew a small heart on it. I've never drawn a heart in my life. Why would a normal human think? Oh, wait. You know what, on second thought? I realized I just probably terrified her, they muttered, Roscatch's eyes widening. Yeah, I guess breaking into a girl's house you had previously tried to murder is a little threatening. Damn it! The Sibonite recoiled from Cletus's head as he face-palmed, the sharp talons gently scraping his skull. Alright, this might be harder than I originally thought. Because you're an idiot, Red hissed. Shut up, I can fix this. He froze, trying to think of what he was actually supposed to do. Red, help me figure how to fix this! He snapped at the Sibonite. She just snorted and radiated off a feeling of annoyance throughout his body. You're female? What do other females like? I'm also alien who likes to kill people and eat their brains. You're the human. What do humans like? She asked in return, the small head she formed raising a non-existent brow at him. Do I freaking look like a normal human to you? He asked, gesturing to himself. I don't know anything about humans. Seriously, I just tried to do something affectionate, and it made her cry, he pointed out. Well, I know you're just as little as you then. Now, we're just talking, I'm sorry, it was just so funny. Well, I know, just as little as you do then. Now we're just stalking this girl, Red hissed, disappearing back under her host's skin. Something inside his mind clicked. You're right. I'm doing this wrong. I need to actually be face to face with her, not from watching from afar. Cletus laughed. Oh no, she's gonna be twice as terrified. Look at you, Red argued, flicking him with a tendril. Then make me a suit. 'Cause I'm going, Cletus argued, leaping off the concrete wall where he had been sitting. Red covered him and caught them both with stands of webbing. I'm not a fashion statement, they argued, as they swung to the wall of Wyan's apartment. They clawed the wall and towards the window. They peeked over the window sill, gazing inside at the girl whose tears had already begun to dry by the time Cletus and Red had finished arguing. Carnage's tendrils swayed curiously as they watched her. She was on her phone, certainly much calmer than she had been before. Carnage felt their curiosity spike. If they could figure out what on that phone was so pleasing to YN, maybe he could use it if they ever made her cry again. Though their intentions were far from her wanting to do so. They needed her loving them, and they needed to be loving her the same way. It would be difficult, considering they have no idea how to love anyone. They had found this girl to be pretty, so maybe that was step one. Wine shifted and Carnage refocused their attention on her movements. She stood from her bed, still wearing her favorite pajamas. They watched as she slowly walked out of the room into another down the hall. Carnage wasn't sure when to run, and frankly, they didn't even care. They took this chance to slide the window open silently. Climbing up the windowsill, they took in a single deep breath. Alright, so I didn't plan this far ahead. What do I say to her? How do you ask a girl out? Last time I did, she mysteriously got hit by a bus 3 seconds later. I'll just start this casually. They heard a shocked screech and something fall on the ground quickly. Looking up, I'm sorry. Oh gosh. They heard a shocked screech and something fall to the ground quickly. Looking up, they saw YN staring with wide, terrorized eyes. She dropped a bag of chips on the ground at the sight of him. Ah, YN. How was your night? They asked with a smile. Get out of my house, you monster! She squeaked back, trying to muster up the strength to properly shout at Carnage. It wasn't working as they stared blankly at her for a heartbeat before replying. Maybe it's best you talk to my other half. They spoke as the Semonite spilled away from Cletus's sharp features, and YN was unable to tear her eyes away from his raging blue ones. They seemed to stare right into her soul. She shivered under his state, and the blue flickered off to the side for a moment later, almost aware his stare could and would haunt her if he continued the eye contact. The Semonite became nothing more than a red dress, shirt, and black jeans. Cletus Cassidy, if you don't know my name already. I know you, she whispered back, looking away. Please. Oh my god, this makes me so sad. Please, if you're gonna kill me, just do it. There's 1,000 of other people for you to torture. She told him, looking down at the ground, preparing to accept the fact that she could never fight off the infamous killer that stood in front of her. She looked back up at him as he burst into a fit of laughter. She raised an eyebrow in questioning, and he had calmed down a few seconds later. Now chuckling as he spoke. I'm not here to kill you, sweetheart. You hating and fearing me is quite the opposite of my goal, he explained. YN slowly backing up until she bumped into the door frame. Cletus was well aware she was attempting to get away from him. Oh, come on now, doll. I'm trying my best here. Once again, get out of my house, Cassidy, she tried to order him. Why would I do that? I haven't done anything mean. I just got here and I needed to talk to you, he argued, trying to keep his voice calm as he did so. He didn't need to scare her again. What is it that you want to talk to me about, Cassidy? She asked, trying to regain the strength to stand up tall without her leaning against the door frame behind her. So far it wasn't working out for her, and she still looked weak and fragile in the eyes of the man in front of her. Cletus opened his mouth to speak, but no words came. He hesitated, looking confused. Okay, for some reason this is a lot harder than it would be. I need to ask you to... No, sorry. That's too pushy. I want you to... Okay, that one's creepy. I'll even admit that, he stuttered. Restarting! Scratch that whole last part. YN, would you like to go out with me? YN blinked in confusion. I'm sorry. Come again? She asked. Cletus letting out a breath that he had been holding. Will you go out with me? Like on a date? Preferably multiple dates. He restarted. YN, just becoming even more confused. Don't give me that look. I'm trying to be... What's the word? Romantic. Yeah. I'm trying to be romantic. I got your necklace back, which only made you cry. And now I'm asking you out, and you were just really confused. Man, I suck at this. She gently shook her head in sheer confusion. Cletus narrowed his eyes as she did so. Is that your answer to my question? He asked, voice blank. She couldn't sense any hostility, but her heart still skipped a beat at the question. No, I mean, yes, I'll go out with you, she told him, fearing that what would happen if she were to deny him. She probably would have been dragged along with a psycho anyway, or worse, he would have killed her on the spot. Really? You must have some seriously low standards. Anyway, I didn't plan on a date because I did not plan on getting this far, to be honest, he muttered. How about this, YN, my dear? I'll spend the rest of this day thinking about it, and I'll pick you up at 5. Yeah, sure, she replied with a fake smile. Cletus seemed too distracted to notice her fake emotions she put on display. But I do not count the number Oh my god. But I do not count murder as a date. One dead body, and I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be really mad. She warned him. Cletus only laughing in response to her. He didn't appear to be taking that comment seriously, but she had really meant it. Alright, pretty girl. No dead bodies. I'll be back for you tonight, he told her, backing up as the Simonite took over his body. They stared out at her with a smile. They leapt up to the window. See ya, they said, before jumping out and gliding out above the city streets with a loud cheer, calling out to the world that didn't even ever listen to them. Woo! I got a girlfriend! And its girlfriend name is No! I got a boyfriend and it's a demon named Carnage! Warren shouted to no one. She was well aware she was in for one hell of a ride. Wild ride. Oh my gosh, I never laughed in my entire life. This is so hilarious. Oh my gosh. I'm just so sorry. It was so funny. I'm so sorry I kept interrupting. It was just so funny to me and I laughed super easily. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I apologize. But anyways, getting more comfortable on my bed here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing videos. And for whoever uses TikTok, now I'm talking to my cosplayers out here. I found out a thing that I never, ever knew while I was using TikTok. Let me start the video. No way in heck that can be real. We gotta check. We gotta check this out. We gotta test the results because this ain't true. Okay. I'm gonna go like this. No, I'm gonna go like this. Okay. Press the check button. What's up? Excuse me? And then you press right up here in the corner. You go here. I thought it never existed and I thought it was going to be an update of some sort. It was already there! I feel so stupid. But now I'm happy that I know, and I hope you guys know now if you watched it. I hope you guys. Well, I'm glad that you guys already know. So, yay! I also got. I'm just record the clip, y'all. Hey guys, so I have something to show you. I got a new doll. Unexpected, but I did get her today. Her hair is a little bit crazy, but I do love it. This is not how she came, but I did her hair, and I did her, I don't like the way the shoes look, but the rest of the outfit looks so cute. I'd use it in real life. But look how cute he is, and she's going to become a part of this nice, ginormous group in the side looking down at her. I do love her makeup, though. On fleek in them lips. Mamacita. Anyways, I gotta go for now. This is just a short thing of a new doll I've recently gotten. So yay! Her eyes are so beautiful though. The purple and the cyan and then the dark blue, just gorgeous. Also, the highlight is on point. Period. Doll for my collection. Yes, I did. Right after those 3 dolls, I got a new one. 4 dolls, and she is so pretty. The bad part is that her hair, like unlike the other dolls, her hair was a little bit harder to do, but it was easy after I took care of it and make sure it was nice and Gucci, whatever. You know, yada yada, nice and fancy. You know what I'm saying? Nice and fancy, nice and fancy. Nice and fancy. Point and period. Oh my god. And am I showing you TikTok videos just to make it easier for me to not have to pull it out or edit or barely anything like that? Yes. It's just easier and makes my life 100% easier. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go now. Bye and peace for now.